less than P class equals data end equals 263, data start equals 92 greater than. So let's catch up on some major developments out of Luxembourg this past week, because a lot has happened, and it's reshaping both the country's priorities and its future. Less than P class equals data end equals 1253, data start equals 265 greater than. Prime Minister Luc Frieden made headlines with his annual State of the Nation address. In it, he announced that Luxembourg will hit NATO's 2% defense spending target by the end of this year. Yes, that's 5 years ahead of the original 2030 plan. It's a major shift in a country often known for its modest military profile. But that wasn't the only bombshell from Frieden. He also laid out a roadmap for pension reform, one that's already facing stiff resistance. Essentially, the government plans to gradually increase the number of contribution years by 3 months annually. The legal retirement age will remain 65, but younger workers may have to work longer overall to receive full benefits. And while the government promises to preserve credited years for things like education and parental leave, critics are already calling foul. Trade unions and opposition parties are accusing the government of bypassing social dialogue and placing too much of the burden on future generations. Less than P class equals data end equals 1690. Data start equals 1255 greater than. Meanwhile, in a completely different realm, Luxembourg's €250 million prologue initiative is teetering on the brink of failure. The goal of the scheme was to fund housing projects stalled due to rising construction costs. But here's the kicker. With less than 2 months to go before the program ends, not a single unit has been funded or built. That's zero. Not exactly the win everyone hoped for amid a worsening housing crisis. Less than P class equals data end equals 2057. Data start equals 1692 greater than. In a more positive development, there's a historic first in cooperative housing. The Belval Sud area is now offering land specifically for housing cooperatives, allowing future residents to collaboratively design and manage affordable, sustainable homes. It's a bold experiment in community-driven urban planning, and one that could serve as a model if it takes off. Less than P class equals data end equals 2404, data start equals 2059 greater than. On the international front, Luxembourg found itself tangled in a NATO fraud investigation. The Support and Procurement Agency, that is NSPA, based right in Luxembourg, was the one that triggered an investigation now resulting in arrests. NATO says this proves their systems to detect and prevent fraud are working, but it's still a concerning headlines. Less than P class equals data end equals 278. Data start equals 2406 greater than. And lastly, because we all need a little culture amid the politics, Luxembourg is heading to the Eurovision final. Laura Thorne gave an emotional and powerful performance that secured Luxembourg a spot. It's a proud moment, especially given the country's return to the contest after a long hiatus. She's now focusing on the final with cautious optimism and a lot of vocal rest. Less than P class equals data end equals 2959, data start equals 2782 greater than. So, whether it's overhauling pensions, funding homes, cracking down on fraud, or hitting the high notes in Eurovision, Luxembourg is having a moment, and it's one worth watching. Stay subscribed for more videos.